Shutterstock Music.
I'll start with a little bit about myself, and these are questions I got over time, and I thought it would be nice if I handled them in this first vlog or first video. I don't know, I'm so new to this YouTube thing, so it will take me a minute to kind of get used to the words. So yeah, let's get into it. First question that I get a lot is, who's Reagan? Who is Reagan? I'd say Reagan is intuitive. He's smart. He's very handsome. I mean, look at this, you know. What else? I am fun. I am outgoing. I'm adventurous. I love cooking. But that aside, Reagan is a fourth year student. Oh man, I'm in fourth year. Finally! Reagan is a fourth year student at the University of Nairobi. The University of Nairobi. Did I say that out loud? The University of Nairobi. And I'm taking Bachelor of Arts in Tourism and Communication. I mean, the English, you see. What else? I love cooking. I love traveling. And a little bit more that I have been onto as the year started on, but I'm getting into that in a few. So yeah, that is a little bit about Reagan. Yeah. The second question. What is the second question? What is the second question? What would you like to know about me? Ask me in the comment section. I'll be sure to get back to you. The second question is, up till here, what would you say is your biggest accomplishment? Interesting. My biggest accomplishment up till now, I'd say, is getting to know myself a lot more. Like, I am so self-aware. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. I think that is the biggest accomplishment as of now. And there are also other things. First of all is landing my very first paid partnership, and yay to that. Getting to 3,000 followers on Instagram, there's also that. Starting my YouTube channel, that is also a huge milestone. Amongst a lot more, but I think the biggest accomplishment up till now is being self-aware. That ought to take number one. That definitely ought to take number one. Number three is, what else do you do other than cooking? What do I do other than cooking, by the way? Oh, I'm a student. I am a student at the University of Nairobi. What else? I cook. I'm a content creator. I'm a personal chef. And now I am a vlogger. I'm on YouTube, man. I'm a YouTube. Man's is big. Are you dating? The next question is, are you dating? Well, who wants to know that? I am not dating. There's no one who has all this. There's no finger on it. So yeah, I'm not dating. I'm not married. So please feel free to DM me. Let me know in the comment section. Do you want me? Do you want me? Because I sure do want me. What is your love language? The love languages are gifts, acts of service. Well, I have to check. Me, I don't know those things off head. Words of affirmation, physical touch, gift, quality time, acts of service. I'd say acts of service and quality time. But with a gun to my head, quality time. Quality time. The next question is, where do you draw your motivation from? I literally draw my motivation from anything and everything. I follow Campus Mama on Instagram, and she does a lot with the bare minimum. Like, you'd say, oh, I don't have a ring light, so I won't record. I don't have a good quality camera, so I won't record. But she literally does everything she does with the millions and millions. Okay, she doesn't have millions of followers, but she has thousands and thousands of followers, and she has the bare minimum equipment. She recently got a ring light, and now she is doing massive. She's landing partnerships, and I'm so happy for her. So shout out to you, Campus Mama. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. And I draw my motivation from literally anywhere and everywhere. You see, anywhere and everywhere. So I'd say anywhere and everywhere. Yeah. Do you have a skincare routine? No. Man, I'm a man's. But actually, on the real though, I want to start on skincare. I want to have a skincare routine. I've actually narrowed down the products I want to use. I am saving up for the products because they're hella expensive. But yeah, I want to start on a skincare routine. So yeah, as of now, no, but soon. I'll be sure to update you guys on that. maybe on the next vlogs. I'm a YouTuber. So excited. What else? What do you look up to? Oh, who do you look up to when it comes to fitness? Well, my trainer, because when I started training, well, that I'm giving you a little backstory, but to answer this question, I'd say my trainer. My trainer, because when I started out on fitness, there's barely anything I knew on fitness. So the person I look up to when it comes to fitness is my trainer Willis. So shout out to you, Willis. Camping or hiking? Well, neither. I don't like hiking because I'm a baby boy. I love bougie things. I love the good life. So I'd say more of glamping, glamorous camping. So maybe camping, but a glamorous one. You know, good life, soft life. Maybe I'm for the good life. I will not suffer for anyone. Mountain or beach? Beach or mountain? I'm not quite sure, but I'd say I'm more inclined to the beach because mountains are scary. The snakes and whatnots. Mini baby boy. I'm not about to run. I'm not about to go up any mountain. So beach it is. You know, sunscreen, good vibes, beach shorts. Thick thighs. I need to show them off. What else? Oh, dream travel destination. Jeez. Who wrote these questions? Dream travel destination. I've not been to so many places, but I love, where do I love? Where do I even want to go? But anywhere there is beautiful sceneries, I love wildlife, I love nature. So anywhere with nature, anywhere with beautiful sceneries, I'm good to go. I don't necessarily have a travel destination. I don't think I do. Do I? I'll have a meeting with myself. I don't think I do. Which chef inspires you most? I bet you guys know by now. Who even asked this question? Chef Reagan. Chef Reagan is my what? He's Aki Kizungu inaisha saisa now that I'm on YouTube. Anyway, I look up to Chef Reagan because he takes a lot of his time to nurture and to grow me. And I have been watching him ever since I was a kiddo. And now that I'm big, I have worked with him. I have met him in person, so it's huge for me. It's very huge for me. And I look up to him because he takes his time to nurture and grow me to where I want to be and where I want to get to. So, Chef Robia. What's your favorite food? Chapodondo. Who knows that? Who doesn't know that? Chapodondo. I love chapodondo. I love matumbo. And what else? But chapodondo. I'd say chapodondo. What do you like or hate most about yourself? Let me start with what I hate most about myself. I am my biggest critic. I am very hard on myself many a times. So one thing I don't like about myself is self-criticism. It's good, but then for me it's not that good because I have missed out on so many opportunities because I have criticized myself a lot and I have looked down on myself a lot. So yeah, it's definitely self-criticism. What is one thing I love about myself? I love how motivated and self-driven I am. I don't necessarily need affirmation or I don't need anyone to push me. I push myself quite a lot. It might be sickening at times, but I think that is one thing I love myself. Self-drive. That is one thing I really love about myself. What's next? Biggest inspiration, my parents. These guys work so hard to ensure that we have everything we want. Even at times they go out of their way to give us things we don't necessarily want. I want to say need, but I think want because they know exactly what we need. It might be that we don't necessarily want them at the time, but yeah. So I'd say my parents because these guys go out of their way to ensure that we have everything. Hey, man, shout out to you, mom and dad, man. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Jeez. I'll have graduated from school, so yay. I am hoping I'll be driving my dream car as of now and maybe started out on my restaurant. I'd really love to have a food chain, so having graduated, driving my dream car, it's an Auris. It's a Toyota Auris, the latest one, definitely. So Having graduated, driving my dream car, which is a Toyota Auris as of now. And what else? Oh, with my restaurant. One or two, I don't know, but yeah, with my restaurant. So those are the three things I definitely see myself doing in the next 5 years. What is the scariest thing you've done? Starting a business with bare minimum, with literally, I think I started a business in when was that? When did COVID hit? When COVID hit us, I started a business with, I think 3,500 bob. And I got it started. I started it and I ran it for the longest time. I did as long as I could then, and I was so proud of myself. I barely knew anything, but I think that is the scariest thing I've ever done. Starting my business with the bare minimum, with barely no knowledge, no connections, no nothing. But yeah, see where I am at now. That is definitely the scariest thing I've done. What is the next question? Money or wisdom? Money, baby, money. Who doesn't want money? But anyway, on the real though, wisdom. Because with wisdom, I'd know how to work and get the money and sustain it. So wisdom. Growing up, what did you want to be? I wanted to be so many things, but immediately I got to know myself, I knew for a fact that I wanted to be a journalist. So journalist. Talk about your food journey. Yes, there's so much to talk about. It started by posting a picture. It was a peppermint cake on Instagram, and I had drizzled on top some blueberry sauce. And that is generally just how I started my food journey. I loved cooking from way back, but from then, that is where my food journey started. Posting a peppermint cake with the blueberry sauce. That was the start of my journey. And I've loved it so far. I've met so many creatives, so many chefs, and I've worked with them as well. And here I am now. There's so much. That question is very diverse. I think I'll cover it kidogo on my Instagrams and I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Facebook, and finally I'm on YouTube. So I think I'll not necessarily handle this question one-on-one, but through the things I do, you'll technically see my food journey. I think that is the best way I can handle it as of now. Next question. Talk about, I've already handled that. What does it take for people to be in your circle? Character preference in brackets. That is a lot. For you to be in my circle, I need to connect with you on a personal level, because what are we saying if I don't necessarily know you? I need to know you and I need to connect with you in person for you to be in my circle. So yeah, I need to connect with you on a personal level, and from there we technically hit things off. Yeah. So that is basically it when it comes to who is Reagan, and the next step will be giving a slight overview, or let's say a kidogo overview on what the channel is about. And my channel is basically about food, travel, self-care and wellness, and fitness. And those are 4 integral things that make up who Reagan is. So when making up my channel, I thought of things that make up Reagan. So that is why I have those 4. And the very first thing I want to start with is food, because that is what majority of the people know me for. I am majorly known as chef_Reagan_Teno on TikTok and Instagram. And yeah, I want to give a small overview of how I started and how my journey is progressing. So I started on the 12th of February 2019 by posting a peppermint cake, as I told you earlier on. And I drizzled a blueberry sauce on it, and it provoked so many questions and so many comments, and that is how I got to know that this is actually something I can do. So with that, I discarded everything that I had, my personal photos and whatnot, and replaced them with pictures of food and recipes, and that is how I got to where I am now technically. How it's progressing. It's an amazing journey. I have loved every single bit of it, the ups and the downs, and I'm actually grateful for everything that I've had, every little bit of it, and I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. I have achieved so many things, from paid partnerships to collaborations with other great creatives and other chefs and other foodies as well. So it has been an amazing experience. I'm finally at 3,000 on Instagram. My TikTok is doing very well. I have over 500 followers on TikTok, and the engagement is pretty good. So yeah, it's actually very good. I'm proud of the progress. The challenges. The biggest challenge I'd say is creating and coming up with consistent following. Following that is there for you and is there for your content, and they're willing to engage with your content day in, day out. That has been the most challenging, that has been the biggest challenge I've faced. Yeah. Achievements so far. Oh my God. Paid partnerships, paid partnerships, paid partnerships. I landed the very first paid partnership I got just recently, and that was a yay moment for me. So yeah, that is one of the biggest achievements I've achieved with my pages, my social media pages as of now. The social media pages that deal with food, that is. Encouragement to those who want to start. I'd urge you to start. I'd urge you to start, because after you start, the window is open for so many opportunities and for so many chances that you wouldn't have known about if you wouldn't have started. So yeah, that is the only encouragement I'd give you. Just start. And the second docket is fitness. Mpaka nimeanza kusema docket. Hii kizungu hii. Mtaniweza kweli. Fitness. Why did I start fitness? So the only thing that my mind was fixated on was health. I felt like I was very weak. So that is the only reason, that is the only motivating factor that took me to the gym. And after I went to the gym, I accomplished so many other things other than just fitness, other than strength. So other than strength, I've gained so many things that I'll get to as I continue to handle fitness. And yeah, why did I start? I started to gain strength, basically. That is just it. How is it progressing? It's amazing. It's amazing. I won't lie. But it's actually the hardest thing I've actually done in my life, because I thought fitness was just going there and handling bars and whatnot. But it's actually a mental game, because every single time you push yourself to outdo yourself, like yesterday you did 10 kgs, today you need to do 15 kgs. Well, not necessarily today, but the next week you need to progress. It's called progressive overload. Well, Mans is very smart. I've learned a thing or two. When did I start? I started on the 31st of January 2022. That is 4 months. 4 months. This is the second week. Today marks the second day of the second week of the 4th month. I keep tabs of everything, literally everything, down to the very last detail. So this is my 4th month. Definitely I've taken a lot of breaks in between. Not a lot, but I've taken a lot of necessary breaks in between. That is when I started, and that is how far I am now, 4 months. How is it progressing? It's amazing. It's the hardest thing I've ever done. Challenges and setback. It's a mental game, as I said. So the most challenging thing I've had to do is set my mind and make it know that I can actually do it. Rather than just telling myself, oh, you can do it, you can do it. You actually have to do it. So I think that is the biggest challenge. Setting my mind and actually tuning it to know that I can actually do it. The biggest setback. I've not had any injury so far, so I am so glad about that. That is actually the biggest thing that I was afraid of when I went to fitness. So the biggest setback would be mental game. It's challenging. It's very challenging. I think that is the biggest challenge, the biggest setback. I felt overwhelmed at some point, so I needed to take a break. And I think that is the biggest setback. I felt overwhelmed. Things got a little harder because I felt like I was not progressing as much as I wanted to. And I didn't feel like I was gaining as much as I wanted to gain. So I felt overwhelmed and I needed to take a break. So I took a break and now I'm here. Would you recommend it? I would, but do you want it for yourself? Do you genuinely want it for yourself? That is the only question I'd ask you. I'd definitely recommend it to you, but do you want it for yourself? Pros and cons. The pros is that I am a lot stronger than I was. I am a lot confident. My skin is a lot clearer. And my hair is actually a lot luscious than it was. And it's a lot darker for some reason that I don't understand. My arms are getting a lot lighter. I don't know if that is from fitness. I don't know, but those are the differences I've noticed. There's nothing else I'm doing other than going to the gym. So yeah, sijabadilisha mafuta, sijabadilisha sabuni ya kuoga, it's still sabuni ile ya panga ile. So yeah, it's definitely fitness. There's nothing else I can pin it to. The cons, it's very addictive. It's very, very addictive. Like, just the thought of me missing out on the gym is a no. That is a no. Every day when I wake up, the first thing I do is go to the gym. So it's very addictive. That is the very first con. It's a very good con if you ask me. The second thing is that it's very addictive. It's very expensive. Sorry. I have to think of the gym subscription and renewing it every single month. It gets to a point where it's a little overwhelming, but it's a sacrifice I chose to take. And yeah, it's not very expensive. Well, it's very expensive. Me, I'll say it's expensive one. Do what you will. Other than that, I think those are the only things that are worth mentioning. The rest are nitty-gritties. How long have you been doing it, and how long do you plan to do it for? I have been doing it for 4 months, 2 weeks, and 2 days. Eh? Man's got this. Man's got this. How long do you plan to do it for? It's a decision I make, and I want to go with it till the very last breath I take. This is a journey, and it's not a journey that I'm going to accomplish in like 2 days. So it's a lifelong decision, and I'm praying and hoping I don't get any injury that will put me off the gym. So yeah, it's a lifelong decision. Encouragement to those who want to start. Well, the very first thing I tell you is to go to a well-fitted gym. A gym that has good equipment, good and adequate equipment, and have a trainer who knows exactly what he's doing. If he has studied it, then the better, because he knows exactly what he's doing and he's passionate about it. So he's going to guide you and help you through this journey, you see. And other than that, start. Just start. The next thing I'll handle is self-care and wellness. And there's actually a lot when it comes to self-care and wellness. And I'd start with my own definition of self-care and wellness. To me, self-care is so much more than just going to the sink and washing your face, doing your skincare routine and all that. Skincare for me is a lot more than just that. It encompasses a lot more than just that. It encompasses how your eating habits, your sleep, what you do. Are you active, or are you just there seated playing games on your phone, playing games on the PlayStation and whatnot? How is your mental? Self-care to me is my mental, my financial, because if my financial is not okay, then I'm not okay as a human being. So it's my mental, it's my physical, it's my financial. It's all that. For me, my self-care, my wellness is all that. It encompasses all that. So what does it include? Well, what do I do? Technically, what do I do? I hydrate a lot. I drink enough water. I don't like taking water because it's bland. So what I do is that I have this jar that I was gifted by a friend, Sam Explorer, shout out to you. So I use it to drink water because it's aesthetically pleasing. So I use that to drink water, and that is the only way I get myself to drink a lot more water, or enough water for a day. I do facials because my skin is very oily and it's prone to acne and breakout. So I do facials once in 2 months. So that helps to tone it down and tone down the breakouts and whatnot. So yeah. I also do facials, manis and pedi. Manis, I don't know why I do it. I just do it for the aesthetics. I genuinely have no reason why I do manis, but I do it. Pedi, so that my feet are soft. I love soft feet. I love the feel when you're in the blanket and then you rub your feet together. Just that feel is amazing and mind-blowing for me. I also meditate a lot. That is something I took on a little over a month ago, because it actually helps clear my mental. And it helps. For me, it does work wonders for me, so I do it. It's something I included just recently. Mine and Pedi, I already mentioned that. I take a lot of breaks. Actually, not a lot. I take frequent and needed breaks. When I feel overwhelmed and I feel I have overworked my body, I take breaks for as long as my body needs. If it's, I think the longest I've had is like 2 weeks. So I don't want to say months. But I take frequent and adequate breaks that require that as long as my body requires them. So yeah, that is. Oh, and sleep. I love my sleep, and I ensure I sleep a minimum of 6 hours in a day. I love my sleep, so that is actually part of my wellness and self-care. Yeah. When did I start, and why did I start it? Why did I start? To help with my mental. Genuinely, my mental was messed up because you wake up, you work, you do all these things, and at the end of the day, you still don't feel actualized. You don't feel accomplished, just simply because your mental is not okay. So that is the point where I said I need to start taking a lot more, or rather, I started taking better care of myself. So yeah, that is why I started. When did I start? Last year. I don't know exactly when, but I started. It was on and off, but it was last year. And this year I made it official that I do facials one in every 2 months. I do facial payday after every 2 months. Manicure whenever I feel like it, whenever I feel stressed or whenever. Payday, I've already mentioned that. Sleep 6 hours, so you technically get the flow of things. The next thing is travel. What makes you travel? Curiosity. Curiosity. That is the only answer that comes to my mind when I think of that question. Because I don't exactly know what is in, where have I never been to? I don't know what is in Mombasa. So just the curiosity makes me want to go to Mombasa. So yeah, curiosity. Must have when traveling. There's my phone. There's lip balm because these lips just don't happen. You know, I have to take good care of them. Snacks because I'm a foodie. Sunglasses because you gotta block that light. Sunscreen, that is a lie. I don't put on sunscreen. Not because black don't crack. No, it's simply because I didn't know the benefits of sunscreen. But now that I do know of, I am investing in it. So I'll get a sunscreen. So it will be part of my travel must have. So yeah. What else? Water. Water for hydration. Money, baby, money. Because why not? Well, we need the money to buy things like food. Lotion for my hands. I get very dry hands, especially this part. Yeesh, it's ugly. Comfortable shoes. Comfortable shoes. That is a must-have for me. Who would you rather travel with, friends or family? I might be kicked out of the house when I answer this question. So with that, I technically think you know the answer to that. I'd rather travel with friends than family. Because family, one, it's a huge number. Two, they're very rigid and you have to be very accommodating. If majority of the people love going to the mountains and you'd rather go to the beach, you'll have to go to the mountains because majority of the people in the family would rather go to the mountains. So that is why I'd rather travel with friends, because there are 2 or 3 or 4 and you're kind of the same people. Because I have friends who somewhat think the same as me. We are very different, don't get me wrong, we are very different, but the hype level is the same as mine. The kind of things they want to do are somewhat the same to the things I like to do. So I'd rather travel with friends than family. Please don't kick me out. Parting shots. So I'd love to end this by actually congratulating myself for finally jumping onto YouTube. I'm finally here, and I don't plan to stop for whatever reason. I'm planning to put out content consistently for however long. I don't know how long it will take, but I think once every week. If I'm able to do that, I'll do it. So I'm here now, tomorrow, and forevermore. I'm planning to stay here for as long as possible. And other than that, I'd love to encourage you to jump onto whatever it is you've always wanted to do. Start. Please do start. I'm not even joking. Start. If it's whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. There's nothing too small, there's nothing too big. Start. And I'll pin my social media handles down below so that you can follow and interact with me on other platforms. And I'd also love to give a shout out to me people, Director Marvin, Miss Daisy, the people behind the cameras, the lights and whatnot. So yeah, thank you so much to you guys. You guys are a huge role in all this. Like, all this is possible because of you guys. I'd also love to give a shout out to the V-Spa, because they're the people who do my facials and my manis and my paydays. The gym I go to is the Fitness Garage. I'll also pin the details down below. You can check them out. They do an amazing job. yeah, that is technically it. So because it's my channel, as I part, I don't necessarily want to, I really don't want to go, but as I say goodbye, I'd like you to kindly subscribe to my channel because I'm new here, and your subscribing to my channel supports me and actually motivates me to do more and put in a lot more effort. So kindly subscribe, like this comment if you loved the content, and share it with your friends and family. Oh, also turn on the post notification button so that you will be notified immediately I post another video. So see you on the next one. Adios.